Okay. Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go! Hey.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into our Fearless beer review. We get into the vinyl stuff we picked up, stuff we've been listening to, and Jeff's new record store, Desert Grooves Records. And then we're going to round it out with some new music and other happenings in the music world. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. And all the social media is at Asinine Radio. Go follow us, share the posts, and tell all your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got for the boring intro. Jeff, let's just jump into the Fearless beer review. What do you got this week? Go.
I thought I don't know. I've just been digging around again, hitting the cellar. So
Okay.
that's what I got. But I guess I've already had this, and on the pod, I checked my Untapped. This is Russian River, and this is the last Russian River we have in the house. There's no other Russian Rivers here. I didn't even know we had this one, but here I am. This is Damnation, Belgian-inspired golden ale.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember you didn't care too much for it.
I remember there was 4 different beers that are the same. They look the same like this. It has a little cork top, right? Like the wine, the champagne bottle twisty tie thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't remember if I had this one. But that's what I have today. And I checked my Untapped, and I give it 3.25 out of 5. Good.
No, that's not bad.
Good. Not bad.
Belgian beers, they're definitely hit or miss, and you have to be in the right mood for a Belgian. But overall, pretty good. So,
Pretty good.
So you got a Damnation from Russian River. I have a local brewery beer, Brewery X. No surprise there, right?
No surprise.
This is their West Coast. This is a West Coast IPA, part of the West Coast series. It's called Beware the Hopman, and it's a menacing-looking snowman, or not even a snowman, holding some beers, kegs next to it, and it's very festive for Christmas and also Halloween. So it's a cool can, cool artwork. Like always, Brewery X, they always have really good pieces of artwork on their cans. And this beer, I haven't had it before. It's new. It was just recently added to Beer Advocate back in November, so it's not even a month old. So brand new stuff, 7%, and I'm ready to try this one out.
Hold on, I'm pouring. It's pouring.
Okay, so clearly you're not ready yet. Got a 6-pack of this. Got a 6-pack of this at a local liquor store, and Brewery X is taking over in Southern California, at least in Orange County.
Everybody's letting
Makes
them.
sense.
Everybody's letting them.
True.
Everybody's
got
letting
a lot of money, dude.
Everybody's
got a
letting
lot of money, dude.
Have you ever shook up a champagne bottle and popped the cork?
No, but I've always wanted to.
I've never done that either. I don't drink champagne that often, but
the only time I drink champagne
at some point
is if I'm at a wedding. That's the only time. Or New Year's. Like if you're going to a New Year's Eve party,
yeah,
it's the only time you drink champagne.
But somebody already pops it, right? Somebody's just passing out.
Yeah.
The things.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Dude, I got some in my throat.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I know. It's like
Calm down.
Well, I was eating some Lucas candies earlier, and one got stuck in my throat.
The worst.
From noon. It's all day at work. I've just been coughing like that.
The most annoying performative cough too, as Will Sasso would say.
Yes, you got you.
Doozy has, or Will Sasso has all these little things that he says constantly, like every episode. Like performative coughing, so fucking stupid and so funny. The other one is that he's a professional actor by trade, and he always
every
asks
single time.
Every episode he asks Chad, "Did you know I'm a professional actor by trade?" He's like, "Oh no, I didn't know that." Every time, it's the dumbest bit. It's not even funny, but I laugh every time.
What's funny about it is for the first maybe 10 times Will did it. Chad got annoyed. He's yes, dude, I know, and then he caught on. But it took 10 weeks for Chad to catch on that he asked every single time. It's not tradition.
Oh my god, it's so It's such a dick thing to say too. I'm a professional actor by trade.
Because he's he's like a professional extra essentially at this point. It's just so conceited for no reason.
Oh
It's
man,
good.
it's so funny. All right. Anyway, let's start drinking
Yeah,
this.
here we go.
Ready? Okay.
That was a good tink. That's good.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So your damnation, what do you got? And then what are you going to rate the beer based off of our world famous 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect beer, 2 is a good beer, you're going to continue to drink. 1 is a bad beer, but give it a shot, and 0 is a drain pour. What do you got?
Go. Okay, well, you always said go. That's right.
Well, you should be better prepared.
Okay, that's all right. So I do like this. I'm probably going to say the same thing I did last time, but I do like this. It's sugary and it tastes like as if Great White
Great, right?
Great White beer from Lost Coast was like a Belgian. Like not, instead of just like a straight like wit
Okay.
beer, if it was more of like a Belgian thing, because this does have like the yeasty aftertaste, but it's balanced well with, I don't know, like the citrusy flavors, and it's actually pretty damn good. I like this. I really like it.
Once again, Russian River putting out something delicious.
What percent is this even? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. What? I
Belgians
don't
are usually
know.
pretty high. Pretty
Seven
high
and a
here.
half. 7.5.
Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
I should see if Raoul did this so we can read it again. Damnation.
All right, so my Beware the Hopman from Brewery X, solid beer. Once again, man, they've nailed it. There's only one thing that I've never really liked from Brewery X, and that was a seltzer. But I'm also just not a very big seltzer guy. But no, everything else is good, man. This is a solid IPA, perfectly balanced, really just the right amount of hoppiness, not really malty at all. But West Coast really aren't like that. You can't really taste the booze. It's just a fucking solid IPA. So with that, I'm going to give this beer a 3.25. Definitely go back to it. It's nothing that makes me want to... It's definitely not a perfect beer. It's just a really good smashable beer. Is that the right word?
It's
Smashable?
crushable.
Crushable.
I think they smash
which
them
one?
in Britland. We say crush.
Okay. We say crushable. Okay. The Britlanders say smashable.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Crush makes sense. Smash doesn't make any sense to me. Just silly.
Just like their money doesn't. But
Yeah, it's just, sixpence and nickels and whatever the hell they have over there. I don't know.
6 none the richer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So did Raul leave a review? He didn't leave one for me.
He did, and after reading it, I remember this talking about this. He said, given that it's Russian River, it's kind of like Jessica Gomez showing up at your front door, you expect the best. And it's pretty good. It's not mind-shattering, but it's enough. So maybe Jessica showing up with hay fever, damnation is. I remember us talking about this because I don't think we knew who Jessica Gomez was.
I know, and I literally just looked her up again because I forgot again.
So I still
She's
don't remember.
Australian model. She was in Sports Illustrated.
There you go.
Yeah, she's very pretty, but okay. All right.
Well, she had hay fever, though. That's what this beer's like.
Stupid. Fucking dumb.
That's what he says.
All right. Do we have anything else on the beers?
No,
Fearless beer review?
that's it for me.
All right. So I don't know why the hell my dog keeps barking, but hold on one second.
Uh-oh. Go crack some skulls.
Yep. All right. Anything else for the Fearless beer review? We good?
I think we're good.
All right. So let's get into some of the vinyl stuff, stuff we've been listening to, stuff we got recently, and your record store, Desert Grooves Records. So let's get into it. What do you got? And while you're listening, or to follow along, I made a playlist. So if you want to hear some of the songs that we're talking about, check out the playlist. It's in the description of this episode, so check it out. Yeah. So what do you got?
Go. There it is. I guess I'll start off with the most fun thing that I have here, and that's I got. Well, okay. Let me backtrack a little bit. I got a white label promo of Master of Puppets, and like cool, great, but the one I've been searching for, like the definitive copy that people say sounds the best and it's great, is this Club Edition '86 press of Master of Puppets. And then come to find out that in the garage, stored away in boxes, the other half of the record store actually had the '86 club pressing. And so I was like, hell yeah. So, but now I'm left with the dilemma, right? Do I want like a white label promo original, or do I want also kind of like an early pressing because it's '86, but the club edition? So I opted for the club edition.
All
And
right.
so
Should
yeah,
have
dude.
both, but okay.
I don't need both. They're cool, but no, I'd rather have hundreds and hundreds of dollars for the store. But let me tell you, dude, this club edition, because I did an A and B thing, because we have like the Walmart, just like the generic one that everybody has. That's like $20, $25 for Master of Puppets. It is.
That skips all the time.
It's on the low if you don't have the volume up too high, you don't notice like a huge difference. But like the higher you turn the volume up, there's just not a lot of like distortion going on. The low ends are super clean, and especially when you get to like battery, the opening of battery, and you get to like some parts of like sanitarium, you can really hear it. But like it sounds fucking good. It sounds crisp. Like everybody's separated so nicely, and people kind of like attribute it to or compare it to as if like Daft Punk had released Master of Puppets. That's what it sounds like.
What?
So it is churched up a little bit, and you can kind of tell like somebody went in there and churched things up. But like it sounds so fucking good. Like
I'm
objectively,
interested in
it sounds so much better. I can't even listen to any other. I don't even listen to this on Spotify anymore. I can't. I won't. Has to be this pressing. Has to.
I mean, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah,
It's
no, you
that
don't
good
get
of a
it.
pressing.
You don't get it because you haven't even heard it. How could you get it if you haven't heard it? Huh?
I can still get it.
Huh? No, you
I
can't
can
get
still
it.
understand it.
It's ungettable.
Yeah, I can.
It's ungettable.
Okay.
You can't
Alright.
get it. Where would you even get it? You can't get it.
Okay, this conversation's going nowhere.
Well,
It's going nowhere.
Don't get it. It's going
Alright.
nowhere. Next thing I got is another original. Okay, I'm all about originals, as we know.
Mhm.
Actually, everything here is original. Damn, look at that. Just swimming in it.
Lucky
Just
guy
swimming
over
in it.
here.
So I got Follow the Leader, the Corns. I got an OG. It's still in the shrink, hype sticker on it, fucking super clean. This was given to us by one of our, I don't even know, associates, somebody that like sells to us at a higher price because he has good stuff. We buy stuff from him and we give him more money than we do everybody else because he gives us like really, really good shit. He just gave us this as like a thank you
What?
for giving him a fuck ton of money all the time. But like, we give this guy like money, like a lot of money, like thousands and thousands of dollars. We give this guy. Yeah, he was like, I know you like corn. I know you like kind of like that 90s stuff. I hear. It's kind of how he talks too.
You bastard. Just
And
give
so,
me,
yeah.
You don't even like corn. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, well,
Just
older,
give it to
dude.
me. I'll trade you my copy.
I actually got rid of my copy already, so.
That's
But yeah,
why
it's,
you'll still have a copy if you trade me.
I chose the best song, of course, All in the Family, and I don't care. It's funny. I
It's
like
a
it.
fun song. Yeah, it's a fun song. Definitely not the best song,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's fun.
What did he call him? Raggedy Man with your raggedy Ann or something like that.
Wait.
He's a raggedy man.
Oh my god, what is it?
looking
What
like
I forgot the
Raggedy
lyric
Ann.
now. I totally forgot the lyric now.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
it's so fucking dumb.
Love it. And then Suicidal Tendencies is their first album. Suicidal Tendencies. I got an OG copy of
album.
this one. This one's not like crazy expensive. Some of these are like really expensive, like in the hundreds of dollars to range. But this one's, I mean, this is like, it's like $50. You can buy it, which is still like not a cheap record, but I thought this would go for more. But I'm glad I bought it for cheap and I like it. So I'm happy with that. Happy with that purchase.
One and even the Corn record, an OG Corn isn't, or Follow the Leader is not too crazy expensive.
I think like we had this at $150 in our store, which like when I say like we have it at like the wall items, if it's for like a homie or a fan, like somebody that we know spends money or somebody that we know loves that band, we always come down. So
I'll buy it from you.
but this guy's like, oh, I'll gig for like $20. Like, oh, I'll trade you like a
I'd
like
pay you a
can
fair
of-
amount.
like a can of Lucas for it or something, which I wouldn't be opposed
I'd
to.
pay you a
but-
fair amount, and I'd give you my follow the leader. That way you'd still have a copy,
One day this is going to be on the chopping block at some point,
and you know where I'll be.
and you know where I'll be. But it's nice to have like it's still on the strings, got the fucking hype sticker on it. Like, come on, dude! Like
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
crazy.
rad.
That's just cool.
Pretty rad.
Get high on the supply for a little bit. X, the band X, their album Los
Great band.
Angeles. I got so like I've already had an original, but now I just got a better original, just like a cleaner original. I was like, oh fuck
So
yeah, I'll
annoying.
swap these ones out. And this album is so goddamn good. And I'll never
Yeah.
forget, like it was sitting at my old record store and it was sitting there for like weeks and weeks. And I don't think I ever like gave X its proper due. And so as it was sitting there staring at me as I'm, kind of standing there doing work, I was like, I'm just going to throw it on. I just want to see what it's like. And then like that day I bought it from the store because I was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, why have I not been listening to more of this over the years? So yeah, this should be on our to-do list sooner than later.
I think it is. I think it is on our to-do list.
It should have been this week instead of what we're doing, but that's all right. And the last thing, not like crazy expensive or nothing like that, but it did come to the doors. But Sacred Reich, and so the song that I chose is War Pigs, and this is from one of their live albums, but not the one that's on Spotify. The live album that I have isn't on Spotify at all, so this is the closest one that sounds like the one that I have.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. But the one that I have is from 1989, and it came out basically right after their first album. And I brought the Sacred Reich to the pod before, like a long time ago.
You have.
They're from
Killer fucking band.
Yeah, dude. They're from the Phoenix area. I think they're from Phoenix, but they're just like really cool 80s like thrash, and they're just really aggressive, really boisterous. And the album that I have is called Alive at the Dynamo. It's 1989, and I don't know where it is, but you can tell that it's not in America, I think, because they're kind of like chanting in a different language, and they kind of like laugh because they don't know what they're saying, and I don't know what you're saying. But dude, these guys are wild. And it's kind of funny because I don't know a lot about the band or like their personal beliefs, but everything about, I mean, this scene was kind of like that too, but like Iron Crosses everywhere, Sacred Reich, like everything about them looks like they would be like skinheads, but they don't look like it. They're all kind of just like fat dudes. So I don't know. It's fucking good though, man. This band's so rad. And that first album, Ignorance, is so damn good. Unreal.
Speaking of Nazis and skinheads, I was talking to somebody at work, and they were shocked that when I used to go to, or when we would go to like Ozfest or whatever, people would just be walking around with their shirts off and just having swastikas tattooed all over their body, and just walking around like it was nothing. And they were just shocked that something like that was happening. Because it's because we were talking about this whole Israel-Palestine thing. Yeah. And then so I brought that up, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it was very, very common back in the day. And he was absolutely blown away by that. I mean, we weren't like adolescent young, but we were still pretty young on some of those earlier shows. And honestly, I just thought like that was just, that's who went to the shows, were just those type of people, because we'd also go to like see NoFX and stuff, and there'd be skinheads right in the middle of the pit, right? True, yeah. And like they always get made fun of, everybody fucking hated them, but they always showed up to every single NoFX show. Yeah. And I've always just assumed that these fuckers are just, they come out to play during this music, and it's just weird because nobody who we went to go see really supported this in any way, shape, or form. So why were they there? It is a weird thing. It is, and just how they just didn't give a shit, man. They just walked around. But there was that one guy, remember, in San Bernardino? I think it was Ozfest, or maybe it was Family Values, and he got knocked out. The guy just came out of nowhere and just fucking knocked his ass out. Well, like, I mean, memory probably doesn't serve us both 100%, but we weren't, to be fair, we also weren't drinking either. But like, how I remember that was two guys were kind of like going back and forth at it. Was that what it was? And the guy with the swastika, they were kind of circling, and the other dude was like a shorter Mexican guy, and he kept saying, like, he kept like shaking his head, like, no, no, no. And like the bigger kind of like Nazi dude like approached him, and then it was just like one hit. And I still, to this day, have never seen anybody get knocked out like that. Like the beginning of Malcolm in the Middle, that intro theme song, at the very end of it, one of the refs, it's just like a clip thing, but it shows like an old boxing match where one of the boxers hits a ref, and the ref just like gets fucking stiff as a board and then falls over. And that's how I remember that guy falling down. I do remember that, and I do remember it being just one hit and he was out. And nobody really cared. Like nobody really like rushed to his side to make sure. I think there was a girl that maybe. It was probably his girl, yeah. Yeah, but nobody fucking cared. I legit remember thinking that guy was dead. Like I was like, that guy just died. Like we just witnessed a murder, and then he's dead. 30 minutes later, we're jumping over fire pits. Yeah, we forget pretty easy. We move on. Those are fun. Yeah. Those are fun shows, man. Anyway, continue. Sacred Reich, dude. Check them out. 0-2. 0-2. All right. You know what thing I remembered yesterday that we talked about on the podcast, like another good transition out of a tangent is now watch this drive, when George Bush said that. Oh, yeah. After he was talking about Osama bin Laden. So good. The Taliban or some shit. Now watch this drive. And he goes over and just fucking hits it. Like, what an idiot.
That's what happens when you're a monster, dude. You can just go from one thing to the other.
Oh, the reason I thought about it was because on TikTok, like a George Bush montage came up, like of like his stupidest, fuck ups, and that was one of the things that came up was now watch my drive. But then the rest were like the shoe being thrown at him during that press conference, which was
So
just
good.
insane, and then just all the stupid shit he just said. He was just like a dumbass. Still is a dumbass.
He said some pretty funny things.
He did. He really, really did.
That was a good duck with the shoe, though. I'll give him that.
Twice.
Yeah.
But that first duck was good because that was unexpected. Like you could see, like, because I watched it a bunch of times, and you could see, like, he sees the guy stand up, so he could immediately he's on edge. But that was quick. Like his reflexes were great, and he's just fucking laughing. He's smiling and laughing at the guy.
It's so disrespectful to throw a shoe.
It is.
Love it.
I think the guy just got out of jail recently too.
For that?
Ago. Yeah. I mean, he essentially attacked president
with a shoe.
Yeah, but still, that's assault. Or I mean, if he didn't get hit, is that assault? But regardless, I mean, it's the president.
It'd still be assault. But so,
hey man, it's the U.S.
Whatever.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, whatever.
But anyway,
that's all I got.
Anyway. Cool. So I have a couple things here. Nothing new, but I went through this like AFI and family thing this week. I just listened to a bunch of AFI related bands and AFI. So we're going to start with Tiger Army. I haven't thrown this record on in a long time. It's my favorite Tiger Army record. Power of Moonlight, their second record from 2001. Jeff Kresge plays bass on this one. And Davey Havok sings on like every single song. So there's the AFI connection on this with this particular record, and it's just an incredible record. And the title track is one of my favorite songs of theirs. And it's crazy that you still don't have this record. It's always so cheap. There's no reason not to have it.
I wonder if we can get it through a distributor. Let me check.
Probably, but I mean, Tiger Army. It's just this era of the band is just really good psychobilly. I mean, honestly, the best psychobilly. I think that's ever been around. Way better than Necromantics and shit like that. But
it's $15.
Just pick it up, dude. Get it.
That's $15.
You're so dumb if you don't get it. You know it's a great record. It's a great record. London May on drums, played with Sam Hain. I think it was Sam Hain. Maybe it was Danzig's band. But anyway, yeah, it's an all-star cast. Jeff Kresge, Davey Havok on all the backup vocals. It's a great fucking record. Incredible record.
Okay.
So you gonna get it?
It's got. I forgot that it has in the orchard.
That's a good song too. Or do you hate that song?
I mean, it's stupid, but it's fun.
Oh, it's so good. Has the song "Fuck the World" too, which I think is the worst song on the record, but that's a really dumb song too.
I get a lot of Tiger Armies here.
You probably get them all. Honestly, they're always so cheap. All their records are cheap.
They're cheap.
They only have 6 records, so buy them all. Fuck it.
You should have. See, I would have bought it instantly had you got that cool fucking orange and black splattered variant one, and then I was going to buy your old one.
Well, that was the first record, yeah.
But you're like, no. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was Tiger Army's Tiger Army.
First record. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But go check it out if you've never heard it. We actually did this on the podcast forever and a day ago, but it's a lost episode. Maybe one day we'll do Tiger Army again. That would be so fucking cool.
Should have done it this week.
Well, this week we did Buck Owens, but I think you're referring to next week's episode.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Listening this week for the next week's episode.
Yes,
It was what I meant to say.
Yes, the episode after Buck Owens. That one. Anyway, another record. I've had this one for a little while now. It's AFI's December Underground. This is a counterfeit one. It's unofficial. And because I don't want to drop $300 for the only other 2 pressings of the record when it originally came out in 2006. This is their 7th record. And, the variant is super rad. It's this like ice blue color. It just looks so rad. The color isn't, I mean, the jacket isn't, the picture isn't super pixelated on the jacket. It's a fairly decent looking counterfeit. But dude, this is just a terrible pressing. It sounds, it's so flat. It's so quiet. It's almost unlistenable. It really is almost unlistenable. But one cool thing though is that at the very end of the record, 2 bonus tracks are on there. It's the B-side, Rabbits or Roadkill on Route 37, and the Nine Inch Nails cover of Head Like a Hole. So that's a nice touch, adding those at the very end of the record. But otherwise, I mean, I love the songs on the album, and one of top 10 AFI songs on this record too. But just this is not a good sounding pressing at all. But hoping in 2026 we're gonna get another. We're actually gonna get a repress like we did with Sing the Sorrow. That would be pretty rad, and I could get rid of this piece of shit thing.
Mm-hmm.
But and the last thing here is a band called The Force from East Bay up in NorCal. This band featured Hunter Bergen, the current bass player for AFI. This is the band he was in before AFI, and Jeff Kresge actually did all the artwork for this band back in the day. And I picked up this record like maybe 2 years ago, and it's their entire discography because they put out like one full length and I think 2 or 3 EPs as a band, and then in 2011 or 2010 they played a reunion show at Chain Reaction, which I went to actually, and it was fucking insane. It was sold out, and it was just, and that's where I met Jeff Kresge for the first time, was at the show too. And it was just a wild fucking show. But they ended up repressing it back then, or not repressing, but pressing this record of their entire discography over 2 LPs. And actually, I want just 1 LP. But it's just straight up really good hardcore punk, just solid hardcore punk of that era, of like the early mid 90s. So and Hunter's just, he's an awesome bass player, and he just sounds so great on this record, or on these songs. And Matt Wedgley, the singer, who we've talked about on the podcast before, because we bought that 7-inch of his new band a couple years ago. And that was a really good 7-inch, the Panic Incorporated.
Yeah.
So yeah, same singer. Exactly. But no, it's really good. Go check out The Force, even though there's like 20 bands on Spotify named The Force. You'll find them. It's good. Really good hardcore punk. Or just, look in the playlist in this episode. Go check them out. Anyway, that's all I got. All I got for the vinyls.
Okay.
Got anything else?
That's it.
All right. So a couple things happened this week. Some new records that I want to talk about. Well, one of them is not so new. The band Fear, speaking of AFI, Jeff Kresge now plays in Fear on bass. He's on bass, and Fear put out a new record in November. I believe it was early November, and it sounds like Fear, but Lee Ving, the singer, I mean, you could tell he's old.
Yeah.
Like, he has that old man voice, so you could tell that, man, dude, you really need to stop. Like, you're getting way too old, and they're on their farewell tour right now, but I don't know. I don't see why they needed to put out a new record. And I think this is I think the last record they put out before this was maybe 25 years ago, something crazy like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. The album's called For Right and Order. It's not bad by any means. It's just, we don't need it. Just go listen to the first Fear record. And then another album came out last week, Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2. Listen to this one today. And I like Nicki Minaj. I honestly do. I think she has some really good songs. But this record's really boring. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. And it's boring as fuck.
What the fuck are you going to listen to
so
it for an hour and 15 minutes for?
I listened to like 45 minutes of it, and then I just like skimmed through the rest of it. But yeah, it's just boring. And then like the same day she put out like deluxe version, which I think is like 2 hours long. So yeah, I won't be getting this on vinyl. So it's not very good Nicki Minaj.
Oof.
So a new song came out this week, Sum 41. They put out a new song called Rise Up, coming off their final record, Heaven and Hell, and I think it's called Heaven and Hell. And that comes out in March, I believe, late March or maybe early April. And this new song is good. It's kind of run-of-the-mill metal.
Yeah,
it's kind of run-of-the-mill metal,
it's
Sum
fine.
41. Yeah.
There's a little breakdown there where they just kind of like go doof, 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 like that little thing with the bass drum. Like it's fine. It's good.
It's
Cute.
fun. Yes, it is. Did you watch
gotta
the
show
video?
off? No.
So the
It wasn't
video.
linked.
Oh, Noodles is in the video because the whole music video takes place on an airplane, and Noodles from The Offspring is the pilot of the airplane, which is weird, but it was a fun little cameo there in the music video. But yeah, it's a good song. Obviously, we're gonna listen to the record.
Yeah,
Probably gonna do the record when it comes out, right?
probably. We have
Final
to.
Sum 41 record.
Yeah.
Final Sum 41 record.
Rank them all, baby.
We just did Sum 41, right?
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
We did.
What
We
did
flipped
do?
a coin. We did Infected.
That's right. We
It
actually
wasn't
did
even a
flip
year
coin,
ago.
huh?
It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was.
It was either doing Chuck or Infected, and we flipped a coin, and then I won.
And you won. Yeah, unfortunately.
And we both agreed that Infected was the superior album, so
Well,
it was nice.
I did not say that. But and then the last bit of news here, Slipknot announced a tour to celebrate the 25th anniversary of their self-titled record, and they're going to be touring all next year, playing that record in its entirety. They still have not announced a replacement for Jay Weinberg on drums, so that's convenient. I kind of made me wonder, like, if Jay knew that they were going to do this, or they hid this whole tour from Jay and then fired him. 'Cause that'd be pretty fucked up, right? Like, if he never knew about it, because this had to have been in the planning stages for at least 9 months now. And I'm curious if he actually knew.
Dude, the more like I even get after it, like I just don't. If you're not part of the band, you're not part of the band, man. Like, what do
Yeah,
you want
but-
him to do?
What do you mean?
Like, who cares if they don't tell him? He's not. He's not a member of the band.
No, I meant like while he was in the band.
So he's not. If they don't consider him a member of the band, that's like going to work and working for a company where like the CEOs are making decisions and not telling the low level employees. Who cares?
I suppose it's one way of looking at it.
Eh.
But yeah, so next year playing that in its entirety, I'm not going to go to that. It's not going to have the same charm, the intensity. No Joey. Just like, come on, dude. Why? What's the point? What is the fucking point?
You know, I just saw a show, or somebody at one of our regulars at the store told me about this show, and I know I heard about it. I think we may have talked about it, but Descendants, Circle Jerks, and Adolescents are playing at a
Yeah,
local
we did
theater.
talk about it.
And it's like $50. I think I'm gonna go because, like, this has to be the last time, right? Because like with
They're
Milo's
all so
heart attack and with they had to stop touring. Like, there's no way. Like, this day has to be done.
who
I think I'm gonna go.
or what? When is that?
It's in March. Friday,
Mhm.
March 15th.
March 15th. Maybe I'll make my way out there. I don't know. We'll see.
It's just like I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be people like our age, older, and then maybe like kids, right? Like 15, 16-year-olds that are their parents are bringing them. Because I think about taking Nick too. Like I'm gonna say, oh, here's like the.
Okay.
Which is funny because I don't think we've seen any of these bands. I don't think we've seen Circle Jerks or Adolescents.
No, I
And
haven't
for
seen
sure have
any
not
of
seen
them.
the Descendants. So it's kind of funny. It'll be a first time all around.
Yeah. Dang. I almost
Yeah.
saw Circle Jerks a couple months ago too.
Probably go.
Yeah, I think I might make my way out there for this show.
Just be
Sounds
so
like a lot of
cool.
fun. What
Yeah, it'd
what
be
venue is it at?
cool. I don't think you've been there. It's at the Marquee. It's in Tempe.
No, I've only been to the Nile.
It's a little bit bigger than the Nile.
Okay.
It's a cool spot.
I mean, I'm sure it's cool, and I'm sure it's gonna be a great fucking show, even though these guys are all in their 60s.
Sound quality's still pretty shit, like the Nile.
Well, I mean, it's not like these bands are super high quality bands anyway.
But like even in like California though, like the Glass House, at least they invested in some like nicer speakers and some nicer a nicer
Yeah.
soundboard and everything. The Nile was garbage. That place is garbage.
Yeah, that was a shit venue. Real
It
shit
sounds
venue.
like garbage. Shit.
But I'm down to go to this. But anyway, 0-2. That's all I got.
Okay.
All I got.
That's
So
it.
thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell all your friends, and that's it. That's all.
Milo.